Go.
Here I've got all 13 of the knives put together, not permanently of course, laid out so you can get a perspective on various sizes and the shapes of the handles. This set has a flared butt with stabilized redwood burl handles. This set is black G10 with a rounded butt, and this is black G10 with a flared butt. And of course we've got the carving set that uses the same fittings, and then this carving set down here, which is totally different. But it'll give you an idea of size and perspective here.
So what's next?
Next is I'm going to finish these two blades and then assemble these handles. These are ground in place and finished in place in a more conventional manner. After that, I'll come back to these and finish up the handles, which are to shape. They just need to be hand sanded and finished out. Then I'll finish the blades and finish the bronze. Obviously, some casting sprues are still in place. Those will come off, and then I'll finish those and do a final assembly on all of them. All that should take place this week. I've ground off the casting sprue that was left on there and smoothed them up, got the seam off the top and bottom, and they're close to being ready to texture and finish.
What you doing?
Well, I'm putting surface finishes on these bronze guards for the set. And I'm doing each in sets. Number 3, number 2, number 1. This is a practice piece. And then the knife and fork set. Some I've finished, some I have not yet. And I'm sort of experimenting and learning as I go. If you watch my tool closely, I'm not going to try to talk while it's running, but you'll see kind of what I'm doing on one of them. I've got a small melted stone right here, which leaves a different finish than diamond does. So watch. That'll give you an idea of what I'm doing. In this particular case, I'm just making quick little swirls, little random swirls all over the place, and I'm not picking the tool up too much. Other types, such as this one, I'm pushing the tool in with a slight drag and then picking it back up. It's a very different finish. And with a different tool. This was done with a diamond. I'm laying down the finish on the sport knives at this time. The handles are mostly done. The fittings are completely finished. And I'm going to put them together in their little batches of 3. It'll just be easier to control the assembly in smaller batches. So I'll finish 3 and then glue them up, Do another 3. Redwood burl for one of the sets. G10 for the other 2 sets. And one of the carving sets with stabilized black walnut. I'm using silicon carbide wet dry paper. Windex is a lubricant, and I've brushed it up with my hard block, which is leather faced, and now I'm coming back with good old-fashioned pink eraser as a block. It's flexible enough to sit down in there and hit the flat grinds just nicely. Undoubtedly, the most frustrating part of making a knife for me is gluing it up, especially when I have an assembly made up of finished knife components. It's like you can't keep the mess off. So anyway, here are 2, and I'm sitting here holding them until the epoxy gels up. I've filled the handles with a high-grade marine epoxy. What am I using? West System. And the joint between the guard and the handle, I've used a 5-minute just so it'll tack up and hold everything in place. We'll see if it works. All done except the sharpening.